my sister, my mother, my stepfather, my father, and my stepmother. To say the least, I had to go through all of the ups and downs, figuring everything out along the way to become the leader that I am today, to stand for what I believe in, and to disrupt everything. Now, I must admit, I've read a ton of self-help books, but one thing that always frustrated me about them was that they would give me great information, stories, and hints about becoming a better me and reaching success, but then they would leave the most important part for me to figure out, the how. I would read a book or listen to a program and then say to myself, but I don't live on a mountaintop in solitude. I live in the real world and I'm struggling. Or, I've done everything possible to put together a plan for my future, but I have a fear of taking a risk and failing. How do I get rid of that? I wanted these books, ideas, and authors to articulate the learning as real examples that I could use. So when I started down the path of creating You Disrupted, I wanted it to be everything that other books had missed, the real examples pertaining to an average person who is struggling in many areas of his or her life, but who wants to work on him or herself to get better. So I decided to write that book, where I let the reader join me and experience parts of my journey and help them understand firsthand how the lessons I discuss are 100% applicable to your life now. If you observe the world as I do, you too feel that our society is in a crisis of epic proportions. That's why I feel this program is timed perfectly. To tap into this knowledge at the moment in history that we are in right now is more critical than anything we've ever experienced. Mostly because we're surrounded by such a high level of overstimulation pervading our lives on a consistent and daily basis. Instead of using all of our activities to become more disruptive, we're slowly destroying our own happiness in an outwardly directed, insatiable need to do more, yet we accomplish less, all the while destroying everyone around us if they get in our way. We're terrified of taking real risks, such as learning, growing as people, and working toward common goals for greatness. Meanwhile, we broadcast an appearance of happiness on every social media outlet we can, while hiding the unlived dreams and desires inside our little shells. You have to realize that there is never really a perfect time to take a risk. But when you do stop being afraid of the unknown, you will see that all those goals inside you are just waiting to be disrupted into being. With prescription medication addiction at an all-time high in a society that's on the verge of legalized marijuana, with kids becoming more and more addicted to technology, with depression penetrating all levels of society, and where there are employees changing jobs every 2 to 5 years, we have definitely entered a period of time in which programs like You Disrupted are becoming an essential tool to help guide us into a more fulfilled life that all starts to have real meaning and purpose as opposed to some made-up life online. You Disrupted also conquers the concept that our work and our personal lives are no longer split. Today we're connected 24 hours a day. We're always living in both worlds, and sometimes we can't even distinguish if things are personal or work-related. Therefore, to finally draw a line and begin to integrate these two worlds, I felt we needed a program encompassing both business and personal success to create our path toward a more fulfilling and distinguishable future. As you take this journey into harnessing your disruptor and disruptive influencer, I will be there with you every step of the way. After all, I lived each and every story having absolutely no idea in what direction I would be heading or how some of the events were going to end. The stories in this program are real. While I changed the name of some people to protect them, I told the real, factual story each time. This book is not about meditating your way through life, nor is it filled with psychobabble jargon that may work for some. No, it's not about that, and frankly, we don't have time for that. And you have to understand, I'm a real person who found this path that you can too, this path that you can travel down as you apply the learning from this program. It can help you design a blueprint for how to truly change some or all parts of your life. I will share deeply personal parts of my story as an entertainer, business leader, corporate executive, and eventually entrepreneur in the marijuana industry.